let's touch the Bluegrass before we head out. So let's start with Louisville. We'll end on a good note with Kentucky. I want to talk bad about Louisville, but when the tweets came out about Dino and stuff, I was like, oh my God, this audio is probably terrible. And they kept tweeting like, wait till you hear the audio, wait till you hear the audio. And then I listened to the audio and I was like, what the hell? Like, it's not that bad. Like, I don't know. I think I was on Mac's side for that. I think Dino kind of, being a little rat basically, but I don't know what his goal there was, but this is a big year for Chris Mack. They have a decent team. Didn't make the tournament last year. Nope. They kind of wilted away at the end there. I think the big year for them to make the tournament and make a little bit of noise. Maybe the Sweet 16. Their roster's okay. They bring in Matt Cross from Miami. They bring in a guard from Marshall, and they bring in somebody else. Let me pull it up here real quick. But what was your take on the whole Dino offseason stuff? And now they just received their notice that their appeal is being I've never seen the NCAA mess with the team worse than Louisville, and I'm from a Carolina fan, so
I found it hilarious.
Yeah,
I can't. It's terrible. It's terrible because obviously, like Chris has been very good to me from his time at Xavier. He, helped me out in my biggest article I've ever written. But like Dino coming in and basically acting like he's freaking Tony Soprano was so funny to me. Because it's like, oh yeah, you've got nothing, man. You've got no leverage here, and I know what you're trying to do, and you can definitely tell Chris is dude, I'm not trying to screw you over, man. Right. So it was wild. He
saw what Calipari was and was like, oh, I'm the coach at Louisville. I'm the same way, and it's like, well, Calipari's God in people's eyes. You're not there yet, Chris. So get there first, and then you will be God, like Pitino was. They covered up a Pitino sex scandal because he won a title. They didn't care. So win something, and then you can.
You beat Kentucky last year. That's great.
Yeah. Oh my God, that game was horrible. Do you remember that?
So bad.
Both teams trying to give that game away, and I was like, oh my God, am I really watching two losing record teams play? And of course I did. I sat there and watched it. But
not to mention was they had the hockey boards up. It looked like at the Yum
Center.
Yeah,
so weird, man. Yeah. There's gonna 10 years from now, we're gonna look back on images from last year and be like, what is going on? Coaches wearing masks, coaches unbelievable. So
do they have to wear suits again this year? Or are they still allowed to wear the nice classic pullovers? I haven't seen an NBA because the NBA's got a couple games tonight for preseason. I haven't seen the sidelines yet.
I'd say they're in suits. I'd say they're back in suits, or I don't know. They don't need to be in suits. Look at Huggins. He does it right, baby. Put on a pullover. What are they? They wear sweats all day at work at their jobs anyway. Their jobs, I put in quotation, sorry.
The joke has been that the NBA said that the minimum is at least slacks because they don't want Tibbs showing up in sweatpants and a polo.
Yeah, I agree with that then. There is something to seeing them in a suit that gives a big game feel and stuff, but yeah, I'm with you. A polo is fine. You can coach basketball in a polo. So
yeah, absolutely.
But looking at this team, they do lose David Johnson to the draft. He went to the Raptors, right?
Yeah.
I believe so. They lose Carly Jones. With a good transfer from Radford that they had last year, all first team ACC. Quinn Slazinski goes to Iona to play with Rick Pitino. But they bring in Matt Cross from Miami. They bring in Eli Ellis from Tallahassee Community College. Noah Locke is the kid they got from Florida, the shooter that they got from Florida. He's very good. 40% 3-point shooter. Jared West, they bring in from Marshall. He's the point guard. But they still got Dre Davis, JJ Traynor, Malik Williams, and Sam Williamson are the guys that they're veterans now. Malik's in his 5th year. So it'll be interesting to follow them. Kind of a mix of Locke and Cross are the guys that can space the floor and shoot. Cross has been kicked out of 2 schools now, so something to monitor. He was kicked out of his high school and then was kicked out of Miami. He's dismissed from the team. Him and Larinaga did not see eye to eye. So just something to watch, but I think Louisville will be in a good spot here. I don't know if this is a team that can make a deep run, but the pieces are there to be successful, make the tournament at least this year. So
yeah, you have no Chris Mack for the first 6 games of the year too. So
oh yeah, that's weird. Oh, new coaches too. They got rid of Luke Murray.
Yeah.
And Dino. I don't know who they replaced him with, but
I can't remember either. I'll have to look it up. But on the other end, let's talk about the Kentucky side of things. So obviously a team that really wants to put last year way behind them, way behind them. It's really weird that after all the pressure from the fans that Reed Shepherd all of a sudden has become Kentucky's top target.
I mean, he's really good.
He is really good.
My family lives in London, so North Laurel is where they went to school, so it's funny. But yeah, he's very good. But yes, the tired of getting beat up by Mr. Basketballs that he never has ever put a point of emphasis on Kentucky basketball players. He could have had 3. He finally got Frederick to play at Kentucky now.
Yeah,
but he could have had Dante Allen, which should not have won Mr. Basketball. But Sean McNeil from West Virginia, Adam Kunkel from Xavier. Like, those are kids that would have gave up anything to play there. So, but as Kentucky, we look at it, they lose Devin Askew to Texas. Forgot he went there.
That's right.
Brandon Boston
to the Clippers.
Terrence Clark, he obviously passed away.
Terrible.
But, he was going to the draft. Terrible tragedy for them. Didn't even mean to really read his name, but I feel bad not mentioning him. Isaiah Jackson, he is gone. Olivier Sarr, who was member of the best post player in the country, trash. But they bring in Damian Collins, kid from Texas, CJ Frederick from Iowa, Covington Catholic kid, Kellen Grady from Davidson, Bryce Hopkins is another freshman guard they bring in, Oscar Shibwe from West Virginia, Ty Washington is their best guard that they're bringing in. He's really good. And Saviri Wheeler, another guard from Georgia. So Calipari's made it clear that his guard struggle last year and his not being able to shoot the ball is something that will not happen again, because Wheeler is a good defender. Washington's a really good scorer. Kellen Grady can light it up. CJ Frederick can light it up. Damian Collins is a really good post player. And then you look at what they're bringing back. Dante Allen, who begging him to play. And he hits like 8 threes against Mississippi State. Keon Brooks Jr. has been really good for them.
Davion
Mintz. I'm still not there with him, but
to
that's
them,
fine.
Like, I was at my bachelor party when he announced he was coming back, and you would have thought that they got Anthony Davis all over again.
Yeah, I think we talked with Tim Kruger, was that his name?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was still being like, you can't play at Creighton. Like, how are you gonna play at Kentucky? And I think he proved to be right. But yeah, I think he's a good piece that hopefully, what I can see happening is Mintz being the starter at the beginning of the year and just slowly playing less minutes. So
yeah, I agree.
But one of those guards isn't playing much, and that'll lead to them transferring probably. So
yeah, like a guy like Lance Ware, who's like, they're still like up and down with, like, I don't know. Obi
Toppin's brother, Jacob.
Yeah.
Mike Wright. Like, it's just one of those things that, like, you'll either find time and you'll be playing well, or your time will be taken from you. So
yeah, I will say this about Reed Shepherd: if he does decide to go to Kentucky, which sounds a lot like that's what's going to happen.
Yep.
He's going to be a millionaire before he ever plays in the NBA.
Oh yeah, he'll sign. His NIL will be through the roof. Every place in Lexington will pay him.
Yeah.
So
he'll have sponsorships at the Cookout. He'll have sponsorships at Two Keys. Actually, they took Two Keys out, I think.
RIP.
Somewhere.
RIP. Yeah.
Everyone has. Of course it is. Of course it is.
The crappy tin roof.
Yeah. Whatever. Good old. But also, real quick before we get out, we'll finish up real quick as we've been talking about the other teams. Really like Kentucky's schedule. So, you've got your classic, of course, like we mentioned earlier. You got Duke. You've got Tubby Smith coming to town this year.
Awesome. It's awesome.
Really excited about that. They go to the Joyce and play at South Bend against Notre Dame. I don't know if people remember the last time they went to Notre Dame. It did not go their way.
Yeah.
They've got Ohio State in Vegas for the CBS Classic.
Yep.
Louisville. Yeah, and then I love that the Big 12 ACC. I always love the Big 12 SEC challenge is always right in the middle of conference play.
Mm-hmm.
So they have to go to Allen Fieldhouse this year to play Kansas.
It always seems like they lose the Kentucky-Kansas game is always Saturday, 8:00 prime time, and they always play on Tuesday, and they always lose on that Tuesday game. It's like, oh my God, they're playing Vanderbilt, and they lose that Tuesday, and they're like, oh my God, they're going to go 0-2 this week, and then they always beat Kansas. But yeah, I'm very excited for that.
One of my all-time favorite Calipari clips is when they went to Kansas that one year when they were like struggling. That guy's like, "Coach, you ready to take that loss tomorrow?" And he's like, "Yeah, you're probably right."
Calipari's funny, man. Like I may not love him like for everything. I just see the used car salesman, and that every coach is, but I see that. But he's funny. Like last year, the Mike Rutherford tweeting a lot of stuff, and the images and the pictures of last year at the post-game conferences of Calipari last year are saved in my phone, and I cannot wait to use them again this year. But he looked horrible last year. He had a rough year. So
yeah, he aged 2 years last year.
They reloaded. So
yes,
they got
very good.
They got his son as a graduate assistant. The true earn not given. Nothing was given about that position. So.
Nope. Their football team's top 10 in the country right now. So
yeah. In 2 weeks, they play Georgia.
Yep. Nope. It was fun while it lasted.
Good luck. Bye.